As you guys know, I love watching financial videos, whether it be personal finance or macroeconomics. And earlier this year, I had been watching a video that kind of gave me some inspiration of how I've been handling my own life wrong. Not financially, but it became a good metaphor. I was watching a debate about whether you should have term life insurance or whole life insurance, and the debate centered around that the idea of whole life insurance is that it's basically a combination of insurance and investments. You know, term life might protect you for some number of years, and then you'll put aside the difference and invest it, and stuff like that. And how, because you're combining them, they could charge all these fees and stuff like that. There's some disagreement about that, but the idea is that you're combining. And it made me wake up to the fact that I was combining a lot of things in my life that really could be better done if they were decoupled. Most notably, I've been writing computer games for, wow, I'm getting close to my 5-year anniversary now. And part of the reason I started writing computer games was to hope to meet my future wife. I actually had a vision that I became really good at computer games and I met my future wife. So for many years that was the objective. It motivated me a lot to write very good computer games. I finally won some gold medals earlier this summer. But the thing is that there aren't too many girls involved in the computer games, and there's been a lot of disappointment in the 5 years that I've been writing. I'll be going to the computer games and spend a lot of money and a lot of time. You know, when I was working, that was like more than half of my vacation time. When I was working, the money probably wasn't that big a deal, but it was a lot of time. And not only that, but it consumed a lot of my evenings and weekends, I part it was part of the reason that I got really burnt out and eventually lost my job, I would say. But I'm hoping to, I have a conference coming up. I'm hoping to make some connections and hopefully turn this into a career. But I realized that perhaps the games and the meeting of my future wife, they just weren't meant to combine. And I was trying to combine my investments with my insurance in a way. And I'm not sure which one is which now. Anyways, what I've discovered is that I am much more happier writing games for the sake of writing games and meeting girls for the sake of meeting girls. So earlier this summer, the game conference was in Amsterdam, and it's a little bit embarrassing, but I have uh, I like girls of a certain race. I'm not gonna say which one here. So I took a trip to Amsterdam, and I took a trip to this country, and did fun things to help meet my future wife. And I went to Amsterdam to focus on my games and not on any girls at the event. And that really helped ease the tension. And I did meet some girls at the other place that I went to. And it was all good. And I enjoyed those two trips much more than in the past when I tried to combine them into one. Actually, speaking of insurance, I think it's very clever how a lot of insurance companies, they bundle up insurance and you can save a boatload. So when I was driving a car earlier this year, my car insurance agent asked me to combine my either my homeowner's or renter's insurance, and it was embarrassing, but I didn't own or rent at the time. I lived in the car. Actually, for a time, I lived in my office at Microsoft, and then when I got laid off, I moved into my car. I actually confessed to the agent that I don't need homeowners or renters insurance because I live at my office at Microsoft. And it took her like 5 seconds to realize what I was saying. And so then she tried to sell me life insurance and a retirement product. I think that's very clever. Here's the thing. If I had combined my car insurance with life insurance. Let's say it's a term life insurance, because I definitely don't want to be buying whole life insurance. The way term life works is that it might be a 10-year policy and they're level term, but the first years are the least valuable, because you're less likely to die at age 29 than you are at 39, and then it goes up and up. So you don't want to be canceling your term life insurance halfway, but your car insurance is now tied into it. So if State Farm were to raise my car insurance premiums, now I'm kind of stuck, because if I cancel the car insurance and switch elsewhere, I lose that benefit. That's a very clever concept, now that I think of it. And that's why you don't want to bundle too many things in your life, because if circumstances change, so when I was bundling the games and meeting the girlfriends, if circumstances change, if I eventually get married, I want to continue my passion for computer games. I don't want it to mess up what I'm doing with my computer games. If circumstances change and games are no longer viable to write, maybe they've been solved or something, I don't want that to ruin my chances of meeting my future wife. So yeah, I encourage you to think about what you're bundling together in your life, and to see if you could unravel some of them. Thanks for watching.